And it comes, but it's like turning your key in your car. I don't care what you do, you're going to have to push something. I know Deacon Ben has this little button on his. My car has a little button on mine as well. Don't work. But mine has a little button where I don't have to be in the car and I push it. But I have to activate something. If I'm going to start it, it's not going to start because I look at it. It's going to have to be activated. And it's the same way with your relationship, man. You're not going to always be flying high, but God knows you have to activate the fruit of the Spirit that's lying in your heart. The Bible says so that your joy would be full, and that your fruit would remain. Here's Joseph interpreting the dream God gave Pharaoh. Now imagine for yourself the absolute anxiety Joseph could have experienced. He's dealing now with the #1 superpower on the planet. He's dealing with Pharaoh. Everybody sees Pharaoh as God. Everybody. And everybody that Pharaoh talked to could not answer. So not only is he standing before Pharaoh, he's standing before the soothsayers. You know whose head is on the pallet just as well? The baker. Why? Anybody remember the baker? You ain't gonna find him looking down at the books. You ain't gonna find him. You know why he was on? Because he's the one that went to Pharaoh and said, I remember a man who can interpret your dream. Let's say Joseph falls out of relationship. Now we already know what happened to the butler. He had his head cut off and he was killed. And Joseph had told both the baker and the butler what was going to happen to him. He forgot all about him, left him in prison for 3 years. Now, all Joseph has to do is start complaining, murmuring, jumping up and down, getting upset, because now he's in jail and they seemingly forgot him. How often, saints of God, do the circumstances in our life so beat us down, we start the path of complaint? We start the path. We may not go all out in complaining, but we start the path. How do you start the path? Your own attitude changes toward your relationship. You might come to church, but you only come because it's the ceremonial thing to do. You don't come to church because you really believe that's the place you're going to get an answer. You just do it because you don't want nobody else to think that you got a problem. So you just stay away from church. I ain't going today. The Lord understands. But who's being affected? The more you stay away, because the house of God is the place by which David desired. Why did he desire that? One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I might dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. To what? To behold the beauty of the Lord. And what?
To inquire.
To inquire. Man, that's where you can ask him whatever it is. Behold what he does, but then now, because I've developed this relationship, I can inquire. I didn't tell the saints, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell the saints Sunday, 3 months ago.